Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I'm Ryan Bone, and thank you all for joining me. Boy, oh boy, and well, where do I even start? I was reading an article from an obscure news source called The Root, and in this news source, it essentially talks about some situation that happened in England. A sculptor decided to make a statue, bronze statue, of a black woman, and I think she set it somewhere in the middle, somewhere in a particular area, and the statue got defaced. Someone painted it white. And so, needless to say, the article is arguing that this was a racist attack against this statue. I mean, just looking at this face, I wish I could show you guys this picture. I don't have the software to actually show you how it looks, so I can only describe it to you to the best of my ability. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get right into this article, and man, I know right off the bat what this is all about. The way I see it, I already know what this is really all about. But the article starts off: a sculpture of a black woman located on the south coast of England was vandalized last week with white spray paint. According to the art newspaper, 300 volunteers showed up to help restore the statue to its original bronze glow. New York artist, and I cannot pronounce this person's name, but their last name is Self. Tschaballala, Self. What the heck is that? That sounds like somebody from the left. That's what it sounds like. Self, someone was a New York artist, Self, known for colorful multimedia depictions of the black woman's body. And I think this woman is actually white. I'm not sure because that's what the picture shows. Some white woman, but I don't know for sure. I'm not going. Don't quote me on that. Okay. Created a piece called, quote, Seated in 2022. The 10-foot bronze statue depicting a black woman dressed in green was installed at the Delaware Pavilion in Bexhill-on-Sea and was to reside there until October. However, as expected, someone had to ruin it for everyone. The reports say the perpetrators vandalized the piece by covering the woman's skin in white paint, an obvious racist jab against black skin. More than likely, but I'm going to give you my reason why I believe this artist is trying to actually provoke. But I don't want to get too far into that. In response, the community reacted to the act of hate by coming together to restore the piece. It says a pavilion spokesman said that around 300 people subsequently attended. We had to extend the event to make sure everyone who had been called could participate due to the high turnout. And it says a similar occurrence happened to the statue of Breonna Taylor, placed in downtown Oakland 2 weeks after the bronze bust was installed. It was found broken in pieces by most likely an anti-BLM protester per se. But yeah, and it says, despite my disappointment, I am not surprised as black female and especially black female bodies are often targets for abuse, Self wrote. Okay, and that's basically the end of that article. Like I said, I wish I was able to show you guys the actual image of the statue, but what it looks like, I can describe it to you to the best of my ability. It's a tall statue, bronze statue, and so I guess she's a black woman. She doesn't have a black woman's hair, I guess. I don't know, because I don't know, but it's a bronze statue. She has on a brim hat, long hair that comes to about here, and it's these, I don't know what these things are that's coming from her back. I guess these are supposed to be like mystical wings or whatever. And her right arm is extended on what appears to be her leg. Okay, so it says, let me see it. Well, you know what? I think it is a white. The artist is actually white. I think it is because it has a screenshot of it right here. But here's the deal. Here's the deal with this whole situation. Now I know this took place in England, but they did mention the Breonna Taylor statue that was defaced. Okay, and I'm not going to get into the Breonna Taylor situation about what that was all about and her murder and so forth, or if you want to call it a murder. I'm not going to get into all of that. That's not the purpose of this video. But Here's what I see here. What I see clearly, and I'm not saying that this was not race related. More than likely, if the statue was a bronze statue of a black woman, and it was spray painted with white paint, that would clearly indicate that this was race related. But the question is, number one, who did it? Now, they said it might be someone who's anti-Black Lives Matter. Could it be? Or could it be someone else trying to cause problems, kind of cause chaos? Could it be that? We don't know. We don't know exactly who did it. Okay. We always know, for the most part, that when here in America, when anti-abortion clinics and pro-life clinics are defaced and damaged, we always know who did that. It certainly wasn't nobody from it. Was certainly not conservatives. It's conservative groups. So we always know who did that. But I think the issue here is much, much bigger. When I looked at this, I asked myself this question. I says, why would a sculptor, whether the sculptor is white or black, why would you create a statue, a 10-foot bronze statue of a black woman, and then put it in an area where everybody could see, why would you do that? What's the purpose behind that? Now, it says that she was, kind of like amazed at the black woman's body. So I'm going to create a 10-foot bronze statue and place her in the middle of an area where tons of people can see. In my opinion, I believe the real motive behind this is not just an admiration for the black woman's body. I believe this is a Marxist attempt. Now, you may be saying, wait a minute, Mr. Bowling, you're always talking about Marxism. The reason why I talk about Marxism, because Marxism is everywhere. It's an internal way of destroying a community from within. The purpose of Marxism is to cause division and chaos. That's what the purpose of Marxism is. If, in fact, these were people who were racist and painted this statue white, then the objective was met, because the purpose is to cause chaos. The purpose is to cause chaos between groups of people, get them at each other's throats. Now, some people oftentimes accuse conservatives of denying that racism exists. We don't deny that racism exists. Racism exists in America. Racism exists in other countries. It will always exist as long as human beings are here on earth. It's going to always exist. So we don't deny that racism exists. What we do deny is that everything is racist. Because this is the picture that the left paints. Everything is racist. Everything is race related. They only see things that way. No matter what it is, whether it's a movie, a cartoon, or whatever, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all race related. That's what we deny. And having said that, what I believe is going on here is a Marxist attempt to cause anger and animosity in the white people in this particular era, even assuming that assuming that the individuals that painted over this sculpture, painted in white, were not racist. Let's assume they were not racist, but saw this sculpture of a black woman 10 feet, what looks like she has on a bra. I'm not making this up. What do you think the average person is going to say? I mean, they're going to say, what's the point? First, they're going to ask the question, what's the point in creating a statue like that? What's the point in doing that? What was the motive? If they responded in anger and painted this statue white, that is exactly what the Marxists want. The purpose is to agitate the other group, get them frustrated. Bring out all the anger and frustration make them frustrated at each other. Because I tell white people this all the time on my job. I tell white police officers, I tell white co-workers, when we have these discussions, and I tell them, I said, the Marxists are trying, I've been studying this for some years and observing it. The Marxists are trying to divide us, conquer and divide, in order to bring about a revolution. Then once the revolution starts, where everybody is at war, because there will be a race war, once it starts, then the people behind the scenes who is controlling everything will come forth and bring forth a communist government. This is how it's been done in China. This is how it was done in Russia and other countries. When the communists / Marxists take over, this is one of the things that they do. They create division with the people. They create division within groups of people. They stir up anger and hate. And this is what I see going on, because there's no other motive behind this. Now, some of them will say, what about white statues and stuff? There's statues of white people all over America and so forth, and those were torn down. But the problem with that is that most of those statues of white people were for people that did great things for their country. They had purpose and design. They weren't just, oh, the sculptor decided to create this statue because they liked the way white men look. They created those statues because it was a way of remembering what they had contributed to the country. Here's my question to the person that created this sculpture. Instead of creating a sculpture of a black woman that would just because you flabbergasted about her form, which means you limiting the black woman to just how beautiful her form is, okay, which is not always the case, because every black woman's form is not beautiful, just like every white woman's form is not beautiful, okay? Why didn't you try to do something, make a sculpture of a woman like this? Now, I'm not talking about, this image. This image is not the best image, but you get what I'm saying. Harriet Tubman or Sigourney Truth. How come you couldn't do that? Watch this. There's statues of Martin Luther King. If you want to make, and I know this is in England, but still, I know they know Martin Luther King. I know they know him. If you're going to do a statue of someone, of a female, of a black female that you're flabbergasted about and you're overwhelmed about, why don't you do a and it's just my opinion, why didn't she do a bronze statue of some black woman that contributed great to the black community? There are tons of black women out here that are doing great things for the black community, or the community, not just the black community, but overall. Like I said, like this Harriet Tubman, Sigourney Truth. I mean, others. I mean, this may sound comical to some people, but why not Oprah Winfrey? I mean, although I don't agree with a lot of her philosophies and worldviews, nobody can argue that she's not a great person in terms of being a billionaire, an entrepreneur. I mean, she has it all. Why not create a statue of her and put it between people? It probably wouldn't be defaced. Why not do that? But you create a statue, which she has the right to create whatever she want to create. But I don't think the motive behind that is pure. I think it's a Marxist attempt to create disunity and anger in white people. But you create a statue of a woman with a brimmed hat and long hair, it coming down to here, it's supposed to be a black person, broad shoulders with something coming out of her back looking like wings made of licorice, and what looks like she has on a halter top or a bra. I think that's what it is, a halter top. Forgive me for saying bra. Like a halter top. I mean, come on, man. That's what you create. To me, you're limiting black women. You're saying all black women is good for is their form. But black women are more than just a form. They have intellect and intelligence, okay? And they've contributed greatly to our society. And in my opinion, they believe they deserve to be recognized more. As you can see, I have a picture up here of a book up here by Candace Owens titled Blackout. Great book, by the way. I know some people, well, she's a conservative. What difference does it make? She's intelligent. She's articulate. She's in your face, but she's intelligent and articulate and knows the facts. And everyone that listens to her, they know that. They know that. They know it. That's why too many people don't like to debate her, because they know she's going to cut them in half with facts and data. She's going to get right down to the core. Why not make a statue of her? I know that this woman in England have heard of Candace Owens. Liberals always hear about this kind of stuff. If in fact she's a liberal, and I believe she is, she's certainly, either she's independent or she's liberal. She certainly isn't no conservative painting that. Because I don't believe conservatives, in my opinion, conservative females limit black women to just how they look. So this is what I think. I think this is just a Marxist attempt to get white people angry. We really don't know who actually did this, so I'm not going to say who did it. It could have been it could be race related. It could be. Who's to say that it wasn't? It could be. But my question is, going back to that and summing up this video, why would you create that kind of statue, bronze statue, looking the way it did, and put it in an area? Why would you do that? What's the motive? Because what did she say? She said about the black woman. Yeah, colorful multimedia depictions of the black woman's body. Now, I don't know all the details of this woman's art, but that's what this article says. Colorful multimedia depictions of the black woman's body. To me, she's limiting the black woman to just her physical form. And I believe that this is a Marxist attempt to stir up anger in white people, to get us at each other's throats. Watch that. That's Marxism. And that's just my spin on it. People may hate on me for it, but I don't care. Y'all know what I talk about. You know my views on this long enough to know where I stand on it. So that's my view on it. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all, and see you again.